Hello, welcome to Home for Every Season. My name is Maureen. I am the owner and the designer here at this page. This afternoon, I am with the Crafty Friends, and our day today, like everybody else's day, is Cinco de Mayo. So happy Cinco de Mayo, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful day. It's also Taco Tuesday. So I'm pretty sure we're going to, at some point today, find a way to get some tacos, right? How are you all doing? When you get here, please come in and say hello. We'll see that the comments are working. And if you're here after the live has ended, please put hashtag replay. I would love to see that you were here and say hi to you and thank you for watching. Hi, Heidi. How are you? Thank you for being here. Happy Taco Tuesday. How are you? I just got done watching Paper Sweeties, and right before her, we had Crafty Ma'am. And darn it, you guys, I forgot to look at the thing and see who was right up after me. Could somebody please go on the flyer and put in the comments who is up right after me? You guys, I have got to stop doing that. I need to write it down. I forget who is up after me all the time, you guys. It's terrible. And if I don't, I see it, but if I don't write it down, I forget. Hi, Margarita. Hello, Robin. How are you? Hi, Maricela. How are you, sweet friend? How are you guys doing? So, you guys, I got to take off this little jacket. I wanted to dress up for Cinco de Mayo, you guys. I don't have like the darker colors. Hello, Jenna. Thank you for being here. Jenna, would you put in who is after me? I forgot. I've already forgotten. I'm just silly as could be. I wanted to dress up for Cinco de Mayo, you guys, but I really don't have Cinco de Mayo clothes. I really don't. But I had ordered last week a pair of earrings from the Shabby Tree. And look at, they came and they're like fringed, you know, like, I think they look like Cinco de Mayo. What do you think? And then I got my little jacket. Hello, Diana. How are you? And then this little thing, if you can see on the back of it back there, it's got like those colors. And it's got really pretty flowers on it. And I thought, well, this looks like Cinco de Mayo, so here we are. Yeah, anyway, that's how we are. But then I get hot, you guys. Nothing like having two shirts on. It was just grappling. How many of you know what that means? Grapple is like little teeny tiny snowballs, but it's like hail, but it's really soft, and it doesn't damage anything that I know of, but it just was pouring grapple out there, like it was snowing, but it was like little tiny hail, but not hail. It's like in between snow and hail, I guess, something like that. Thank you, Margarita. I don't know if it's, you know, I don't know if it counts as Cinco de Mayo or not, but that's okay. All right, guys, guess what I did? I went into the playroom. I've been telling you guys that I have Play-Doh toys that I just know would work for us crafters. And so I went in there, and this is one of them. This is a little Play-Doh cheese pusher, all right, that they made for children. And I used it to make cheese. Can you see it sitting here? It almost looks like macaroni and cheese. Hi, Teresa. How are you? Thank you so much. I'm trying to look like Cinco de Mayo. Hi, Michelle. How are you? Michelle, I loved your taco and your avocado. You are so talented. And the things that Debbie is doing, oh my gosh, you guys are amazing. So I'm going to attempt, I've never made a taco out of clay, you guys. So I'm going to attempt to make a taco. It might be kind of funny, I don't know. Then I dried cream glue. Do you remember me telling you I had cream glue in a tube? Hi, Barbara. That had dried out, and rather than throw it away, I crumbled it and let it dry, and guess what, you guys? It looks like stinking taco meat. Look it. It looks like taco meat. So I'm going to use that today. And then I have this yellowish orange that I pushed through the little cheese grater, and I'm going to do it again, but I wanted to see if it would work. And so this is my, you know, my cheese, kind of like grated cheese. All right. And then I did love your taco and avocado. Yes. Most random design that you made. Oh, I thought it was precious. I thought it was so cute. Okay, then I took, you know, tacos got to have not necessarily guacamole on them, but I was trying to make lettuce. And I ended up making this color that is perfect guacamole color. Perfect for guacamole. So I'm going to use this as like guacamole. And then we're going to mix some green and white. This was mixed with army green and light yellow. Was how I got that avocado color, you guys. Or, yeah, guacamole color. Hi, Robin. How are you? Hello, Debbie. Hi, Margaret. All right, guys. So we have our taco meat. We have our cheese. We have our guacamole. We have white clay for sour cream. Gotta have sour cream. And I have red. We're going to make tomatoes. And then I took some of this new clay. I just got this big bag of clay in. I think this one might be the milk chocolate. I don't know. Milk chocolate or cookie dough. But I'm going to attempt to make it look like, you know, when you have a burrito shell, a tortilla shell, you have little circles and pockets that have like, you know what I'm saying, you guys, like little burnt spots, and where it bubbles up and then it pops. Well, I found this in the Play-Doh area, and look, it looks like little, I'm sure it's for pizza or something. And so I'm going to put these, and I'm going to make the little, the little round spots for the tortilla. I'm hoping this will work, you guys. Amelia does like sour cream. I love it. Don't you like it on yours, Michelle? I have to have sour cream on mine. Have to. Otherwise, I feel like I'm being cheated. Isn't that funny? I have to have it. Love it. All right, guys, so let's see. The first thing I want to do is make a tortilla. My tortillas are not white. I have brown tortillas. I know, Hannah. See, Hannah's on here right now, you guys, saying it was just snowing. Honey, I think it's called grapple. I don't think it was snowing, Hannah, but yes, it was. There's my daughter, you guys, the other side of town, and she must have looked out her office window and seen it snowing. It did look like snow, but it was grapple, is what they call it. Meat and cheese only for you, Lisa. Hannah, it's Taco Tuesday, sister. I love sour cream too, Michelle. Yes, ma'am. I love sour cream. Yes, Diana. I love it on my nachos. Anything that has to do with Mexican food, I want sour cream on it. That's just me. All right, guys, let's get our white clay. I don't like how this looks so white. Tacos aren't white. And I don't like hot salsa at all. Not at all, you guys. I like things not necessarily mild. Like, you guys are going to laugh. Those of you who know way better salsas than paste picante, you're going to say, oh my gosh, that girl lives in Montana and she has paste picante sauce. To making... Ty is making... Okay, Ty is Ty your brother? Hannah, Ty your brother? My son? They're talking about food on there, you guys. Carne asada, rice and beans for me tonight. Oh, you're talking about tea. Tiona. I see what you're saying, not Thai tea. Okay, that's her friend, you guys, and she knows how to make, the good stuff. Awesome, Hannah. All right, guys, let's try something, all right? I got a little bit of the brown right here and a little bit of the white. I want to mix a little bit of this with the white and see if we can get it just to be a little bit like a taco color, because this is not cutting it for me. It's just too brown. Yes, Tiona. Hi, Pam. How are you? I don't eat sour cream, mustard, mayonnaise, or cream cheese. You don't, Lisa? Well, I don't like mustard. I love mayonnaise. I love sour cream. And I absolutely love cream cheese. Hi, Holly. How are you? Well, it made it almost the same color. All right, you guys. This is as good as it's going to get, evidently, for my little taco. So here we go. I'm going to roll out Well, that's not even enough, you guys. Hold on. I'll get it, you guys. How are you, Holly? Welcome in. I do make homemade tortillas, you guys. And I know how to make an amazing homemade enchiladas. Hannah makes really good green enchiladas, green chili ones. I suppose when she comes and gets crimson, I'll make a run to Taco Bell or Taco John's. I like their food, you guys. Or I could go, we just got a new Mexican restaurant right down the road. A 1-minute drive if you put your foot on the gas real good from my house. Otherwise, it's only a couple minutes. All right, so there's going to be my little... You know what I really wanted to do, you guys, was make a tostada. How many of you have had tostadas? Let's do that instead of an enchilada, okay? We'll make a tostada instead of an enchilada. And that's way too big. Hold the phone. That's too small. I'm going to use my X-Acto knife. Doing okay, picking up my grandkids today. Awesome, Holly. It's always good to have grandkids. I just laid mine down for his nap. And Azrael is downstairs doing his thing. All right, guys. And as you know, if you have a homemade tortilla, they're not perfectly round, all right? So here's this, all right? That's going to be my shell. But then I want to do what I was showing you guys, where you take those little pockets and you know, make it look like tostadas are good. Yes, they are very messy to eat, but they are so good. You should try the new one. Well, I know you know them, Hannah, but I wouldn't know what to order. I have an order for Taco Bell delivery in. We don't have any good Mexican restaurants here. Makes me so sad. Oh, we have good ones here. We do. We sure do. But I don't know. I tried something the other day. My kids are always, you know, they're adults. And they always go off and get things, and then they, you know, show them to me, bring them to me. Mom, taste this. So, otherwise, I probably wouldn't try new things, you guys. It's just not my... When the kids were all at home and little, we never ate out. That just was not in our, you know, we could not afford that. There's no way. All right, we're going to move that to the side. Now, we're going to take this darker clay, and we're going to mush it down inside of this little Play-Doh. This is from Play-Doh. And we're going to mush it in there and make it look like, you'll see, it's going to look like bubbled up flour tortilla. See? It just makes it look like those little burnt spots that puff up and then they go back down. All right? And then we're going to take our little tiny round cutter and we're going to just make little tiny burn marks in the clay. And this is probably going to look crazy, you guys. Those of you that do real food, you're probably thinking, what in the world? This girl needs to stick to characters, not make real food. Okay, so there's that little bit. And we'll do one more, or maybe two. We'll see. Hello, Ginger. How are you? We have lots of good ones. That is awesome. Basically on every corner. You know, there used to be more here than there are now, but restaurants come and go so quickly in Billings, Montana, it seems. You guys, a restaurant that I grew up with in Butte, Montana was considered the oldest family-owned Chinese restaurant in America. I'm serious. That's what it was called. It was called the Pekin Noodle Parlor. You can look it up. And they're just now closing. And everyone feels so bad because that was like the go-to for everybody. You know, everybody loved getting their food from the Pekin Noodle Parlor. They made us all very spoiled is what they did. All right, guys, I don't like how that looks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it inside this little thing and just kind of go all around this thing and try to get it to make the impression that is on there. I'm just trying something with the Play-Doh. I'm seeing if we can really use the Play-Doh toys. Yes, I could do the same texturing method with my, and I probably will end up doing that because this is just looking crazy. All right, we're just going to go resort right back to our tin foil to get the texture on this little tortilla that I want, because that wasn't working. Good thing we can cover it up with meat and cheese, you guys. Oh, my goodness. All right, this isn't a taco. I forgot. This is a tostado. I worked at Taco Bell, not that that means anything, years and years and years ago. And they had the best tostados back then. The sauce that they would put on it was really good. I liked it. Your grandson is asleep too, Lisa. How old is your grandson? Mine is 3. Hi, Pam. How are you? All right, guys. We're also going to do a little shading on this to make it look, you know, cooked around the edges. I'm just going to stick this in here. Okay, guys. Use your imagination. I'm trying to make this look... I'm trying to make this look like a tortilla that has little burnt round spots in it. Oh, gosh, you guys. Use your imagination. Tostada, yes. Isn't it funny looking? Look at my burn spots, Marty. Oh, well, that's okay. Okay, the next thing that I would put on my tostada would be the meat. So we're going to get a little bit of clay or glue because I'm going to need some, we'll do tacky. No, we'll do the clear. And this is cream glue that I crumbled up, and it is going to be the meat. I don't have sauce to put on this, you guys, so we'll order a sauceless tostada. I'm doing good, Pam. Thank you so much for asking. I'm having a wonderful day. Why not? There's nothing in my world that I should not feel good about right now. I'm so blessed, you guys. So blessed and so grateful to be so blessed. All right, now we're going to spread this glue out. Azra, Mama's live. Azra.
What?
I'm live.
Sorry. I'm hungry.
Okay, we'll eat as soon as I'm done. Okay, baby?
Maybe brownies?
I'll make brownies, yes. He's on a brownie kick still, you guys. All right, there's that cream, or that liquid fusion. Hi, Ruby. How are you? Hello, Kathleen. How are you? Thank you, Ruby. Thank you so very, very much. All right, guys. How are things in Hawaii today? Kathleen, do they do anything there for Cinco de Mayo? He needs his fix. Maricela. Isn't that funny? I'm having tostadas. Yes. Well, I'm trying to make one. It's kind of funny. You don't like the sauce, Pam? Okay, you can have this one. A sauceless tostada. All right, guys. Let's use this. I just can't believe that this is cream glue that dried up. So don't throw away your stuff, you guys. Find a new purpose for it. I thought it would look good on cookies and cakes. Never until this morning did I look at it and say, oh my gosh, that looks like taco meat. And there it is. It really does look like taco meat. So we're just going to put this around. I want to get the smaller parts, so hold on. There's some little tiny crumbs way down on the bottom of the bag. And that's what I want to use. Maybe some of the bars do something there. I can't lift this up, you guys. I made the thing so thin that I can't lift it up at the moment. All right, get all of our meat to stick down on there, and then I'm going to lift it up. Ah. Okay, so there is our tostado with the meat on it. All right, and now tostados really don't have lettuce on them, you guys. Oh, yeah, they do. Yes, they do. Okay, so we're going to do, next thing we're going to do is our lettuce. And we're going to try this little trick again with lettuce. I don't know if it'll work, though. I think we better just try something different for our lettuce. Let's just roll it out real thin and cut it. I think that would work better. So I need like a lighter green. So we'll try a little bit of... That didn't work. I almost fell for that trick again just now, you guys. Hold on, I gotta grab that green. It's right here. This was some of Mariposa's Army Green, and then I mixed it with something else, I don't remember, and I just put it back in this empty bag that had coconut. I save my bags, you guys. How many of you save your bags? It's a good habit to be in. All right, I'm just going to try a little bit. Goes a long ways when you're adding to your white clay. Did you sell your beach canvas? It's not for sale, Pam. No, that is my own personal decoration for my home. I do a beach ship theme, nautical theme in my dining room for summertime. So that is mine. I'm keeping it. It is pretty, isn't it? It's right there, hanging on the wall. All right, guys, let's put this much white and just a little tiny bit of the Army Green clay from Mariposa's Creations. The white I'm using today is from Glitz and Glue, and I'm hoping that this will turn out lighter than what the green guacamole color did. Yes, you guys. Jenna just put on there to join our free group, Crafty Friends Community Share Group. And then you can see where people post stuff. I think you could post stuff maybe. I don't know. Are they able to post in there, Jenna? All right, guys. This is going to be my green. It doesn't really look like lettuce. Oh, it looks just like that thing there. Darn it. I had lime green clay, you guys. Do you think, you know what? Let's add a little bit of, hold on. Hold the phone. It really turned out beautiful. Thank you, Pam. I really do enjoy that canvas. I had never done that before. When I bought the canvases, you guys, a long time ago, I had asked in the groups if can you put clay on canvas, I said, because I did not know. I had never done it, and I just didn't know if you could do that or not. Okay, guys, I'm going to add a little bit of this emerald green. It's more of a blue green, I think. To me, emerald green is real dark. And so I'm going to add just a little bit of this and see if we can get this to look like I'm trying to get an iceberg look, iceberg lettuce look. And I'm just struggling with it. I think this will be all right. We'll try it. Anyway, I didn't know, what all we could. I was so new to clay and stuff that I didn't know what we could do with it. And I'm just having a ball finding out all the different things that we can do with clay. I made that big canvas right there. That was the first thing I think that I put clay on. I don't know. I'm enjoying myself. That's all I know. I'm having fun. All right, we got to move our little tostada back a little bit. And we're going to roll this green real, real thin. And then I'm going to use my little cutter. Well, that didn't work out. That actually was looking like a lettuce leaf, you guys. All right. Get our little cutter here. I'm cutting this ever so thin to make it look like lettuce, you guys. I hope that it'll look like lettuce anyway. Can you guys even see? Not really, huh? Let me pull this back in view. Now you can see it a little bit better. It's kind of still far away from you. I'll lift it up in a minute. So I've just rolled this out super, super thin, like almost paper thin. And then I'm taking this cutter and just cutting it and making it look like lettuce shreds. Whoops. That's what I'm trying to get, you guys, is little lettuce shreds. You all right, buddy?
Yeah, I'm all right.
He has such a, when he, you know, clears his little throat, he does it so loud. Thank you so much, Pam, for liking my little thing over there. Do you guys like a lot of lettuce on your tostados and tacos? Do you ever notice sometimes, depends on where you go, I guess, sometimes it seems like they give you more lettuce than anything. I think because it's probably the cheaper part of the meal. Okay, guys, it is starting to look like, I don't know what. It's kind of looking like lettuce, a little bit. I think our little you-know-who might have gone to sleep. All right, guys. That's all the lettuce I'm going to put on there. Let me show you. I think it looks good. It looks, to me, it looks like lettuce. Kind of. All right. And this little piece of green, I hate to waste clay. So we're going to stick it in here and use it for something different. All right, here's what we have so far with our meat and lettuce. Doesn't really look like lettuce. I know, you guys. I'm so sorry. All right, now we're going to do our cheese. So this is the cheese that I got out of this little thing here. And we are going to do some more of it. But first I'm going to just sprinkle some of this on here. This might be all we need, actually. Ezra, I can hear that, honey.
Sorry.
All right, hopefully that will stick to it. It should. There it is with the cheese on it. I think it needs a little bit more cheese. What do you guys think? Think it needs more cheese? It needs just a little bit more right there. And I want to show you, go in your playrooms or go to the Play-Doh or Play-Doh aisle at your stores, you guys, and look at the tools that are there for children and look at them with your crafter eyes, all right? This is, it just pushes the cheese right through there. I'll show you. It works great. So I didn't really have the color of cheese, but I figured this is the closest. This is close to cheese color, real cheese color. You don't need very much. I did oil it when I first started to use it. I'm sure it's still good enough, all right? All right, so all you have to do is condition your clay, of course, still. You always condition your clay, guys. And then you just put it inside. If you have this for your children, it just goes inside this little back here. Okay, you just stick it in there like that. And then you pull this around and you push it through and watch. It'll make cheese. Isn't that cool? Look at that. It made cheese. All right. And then you just take your scissors and you go over here and you just cut the little pieces off and stick it on your tostado or your taco. You could do this for white cheese. You could do this for anything. Hair. You could use these as hair for a character. It doesn't have to be yellow cheese. It could be anything you want. It just is really, it cuts it all the same size and it gives a little curl to it in some spots. Okay, just a couple more and then we're done with the cheese part. See how nice it comes right off, you guys. Oh, one more right there. I like lots of cheese on my tacos too. Oh. All right. Push it down, make sure it's sticking to itself. And there, now we just have a tostado with meat, lettuce, and cheese. Okay, and now we're going to take this out of here. See how it just pulled right out, guys? It comes right off. Look at that. Doesn't leave anything behind. All right, and it just goes back in your bag. Voila. You made cheese inside the little thing. So go and see if you can find a toy cheese grater or whatever it is. Perfect for hair. All right, there's that. Now we need to do some tomatoes. How many of you like tomatoes on your taco or tostado? I can't believe it's taken me this long, you guys, to make a tostado. I'm so sorry. All right, we'll just take a little piece. There's the neighbor's dogs. I love them dogs. They let me know when anybody is out there, you guys. I just got a box from Desk Craft Boutique just a little bit ago. And I didn't hear the truck come, but I heard the dogs. So I knew to go look on my porch. And sure enough, there was a box. They never knock. They never ring the doorbell. Even if they ring the doorbell, it doesn't work. But they don't knock. They don't try to let you know that there's something out there. So you have to really watch really, really close. All right, guys. When I dice my tomatoes, they're square. They're not round. Hi, Ginger. Oh, thank you. Okay, so what I want to try to do is make these cuts square, not round. All right? So I'm just kind of taking my worm and kind of taking my fingers and bringing it up to where it's more of a square than a circle. I think that worked good. All right. Then I'm going to take my scissors. I think the scissors would work great. Oh, maybe. I'm going to have to hand do these into little squares. You know what else you could do? Look, you guys. Oh, hold on. Hold the phone. I've got these little... Yes. I've got these little... These aren't the right color. Almost. These are little sugar cubes that we all can get in our little sugar cube things. I'm going to use them. I'm going to use these as my little tomatoes. I think they'll work. Oh, that one's really red. Oh, I wish I had more of that color. Hold on, guys. Let me see. I have more of them somewhere. Hold on. Right there, I found them. Yes. Look at. There's little tiny red ones. I'm going to use those as my tomatoes, you guys. We're not going to have a lot of tomatoes on here because I'm going to use... They're actually the same color as the clay. That is crazy. Look at. Here's the clay, and here's the little sugar cube thing. All right. So if you don't have these little sugar cube things that are colored, hi Sam, how are you? You can use a little square. You can just make it into a little square. Just make a little square. There's the clay, and there's the sugar cube. Pretty close, right? All right, let's put that clay back though, because we don't need a ton of tomatoes on here. Hi Mary, how are you? Salsa with pickled pig's feet on your tostada? Well, that does not sound good to me, Lisa. How about anybody else on here? I did eat pickled pig's feet with my dad when I was a little girl. I would not eat it now. There's no way. I guess I really liked it when I was little. But the thought, oh, I just can't. There's no way. Not today. No, thank you. All right, I'm going to get the rest of these little red squares out. This is a little thing that I got in a big, it was a big box from Glitz and Glue. It was a special thing that she had going. And I ordered it, and it had these little sugar cubes in here. This is great. Fantastic. All right, guys. So there's that. What is the matter here? Oh, I pulled that little thing up. All right. All right. Now we're going to put these little tiny things. They are going to need some glue because these are a type of, I don't know what these are, like a resin maybe? All right, so we're just going to stick them on here. I'm so glad that I had those. Those are cute, and they really do look like tomatoes, you guys. They really do. And I am going to use the one little one that I made out of clay. All right, there's our little tomatoes. So now we have meat, lettuce, cheese, and tomato on our tostada. All right, now we need some sour cream. And I think I'm going to use cream glue because I have a lot of it. I just got more of it in, and I have found that I really like the cream glue, you guys. To me, it's just, I don't know. You can use spackle. We could just use a worm of clay. I'll do that. I'll just use the clay. You can make a worm with your clay and make it into, like if you squeeze your sour cream out, you could do it in a dollop or you could do it in a squeeze. So we'll just do a little squeeze of it. Guys, I'm kind of happy with how this little tostada is turning out. Not bad for a white girl. Look at that thing I'm making. It's working out great. All right. Here we go. Move that back. Make a nice little worm. I'm excited to get Michelle's worm tools. Anybody else? You guys excited to get those from her? They will be fun to have as a new tool in our supplies. I do use my acrylic, what are these called? Acrylic square. I do like them for making my worms. I think they work great. All right, so there's our worm of sour cream. And then we're going to take it and just wiggle it around on there. Remember, we like lots of sour cream. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. What did I ask? I'm scared to ask what I asked. What did I ask, you guys? I don't remember. I don't know what we're talking about. Sometimes the delays on here are the worst. The worst. All right, now we're going to put a little more of the sour cream over on this side. Trying to be mindful of where those little tomatoes are at so that I don't cover them up. I just covered one up completely. All right, there we go. This is cute. Not bad. All right. So there is the little tostado with sour cream. It's got meat, lettuce, cheese, tomato, and sour cream. What do you think? Is that all right? Yes, Mam's Rollers. Oh, that's what you're talking about. Yes, me too. See, I didn't even remember what I was talking about, you guys. Yeah, I'm really excited. I just sent her a message today. At first, I didn't even know who it was that had them. And I love Michelle's products. I love Michelle. So I was like, oh my gosh, I need those right away. And then I didn't jump right away on Paper Sweetie's offer for the sweet kits. And then when she was talking about it, my heart was just like leaping out of my chest. I got guacamole right here. That's so cute. Thank you, Ginger. All right, now we're going to do the same thing with the guacamole, guys. We're going to make a green worm, all right, and do our guacamole. Thank you, Maricela. Maricela, what are you doing for dinner today? Hello. Thank you. Thank you so much, you guys. It's fun. I hope you guys don't mind just sitting here quietly making a little tostado. I'm just, I don't know. I'm just relaxed today and having fun. I don't care to be, I don't have any, I don't know. I'm just really happy. I just have great peace today. I have great peace all days, you know, most days. But do you ever find some days you're just really relaxed and you're just like not in a rush and you just want to sit with your friends on here and have fun and laugh and make something? Hello, Jennifer. How are you? I loved your stuff that you did last night, Jennifer. Oh my gosh. I need to come over and learn how to do resin from you. Jennifer and I live in the same city, you guys, and didn't know this, got to talking to one another through the groups and stuff, and realized that we are cousins. Isn't that amazing? The world is so small when you stop and think about it. As a matter of fact, Jennifer, you're going to laugh at this. One of my children just went to Butte. He is vice president or secretary or something like that for the union, for the post office. And so they have a big convention or something going on in Butte. And he's there this week. And I was teasing him. I said, no looking at girls. They could be your cousins. Because I come from a very, very large family. And so we all got a good kick out of that. When you have such a large family and you don't live there, you lose touch with who is who. And I moved away when I was 18, so I really lost, I don't know who some of the younger children are of the children. Hello, Laura, how are you? Oh, if I'd like to stay on longer, I don't know that I'll need to, Jenna. Isn't that funny, Jennifer? I don't think I'll need to, Jenna. I think I'll be fine. Is there no one on after me? All right, guys. Guacamole goes on like sour cream too, right? In a little squirt. Am I right? Gosh, I hope I'm right, you guys. Because now I'm gonna do the guacamole. I could have done it like an avocado, pieces of it. You moved away early too? Yeah. We're smart, huh, Jennifer? Get the heck out of Dodge. Jess is unable to make it. Okay, if I need extra time, I won't rush then, but I don't know that I'm going to need it. All right, I'm just going to kind of let the guac go over my sour cream and just kind of let them, you know, go around each other a little bit. What am I doing? I want to make sure I don't cover up those little tomatoes because there's only a few. All right, there's that. And then this one, I'm just going to do a little thin one. Me either, honey. Me either. All right. This one, I didn't put as much of the guac on there. Because if it was me, I would want more sour cream than the guacamole. All right, guys, there's that. So now we have our little taco with the taco shell, and then the meat, the cheese, or the meat, the lettuce, the cheese, the tomato, the sour cream, and the guacamole. And voila, I think it's done. I think it's done. It's good enough, you guys. So there it is. If you wanted to, you could fold it up, but I don't want to do that. I want it to be a tostada and be flat, all right? Make sure I didn't cover up any of those little square tomatoes. I really like that I found and discovered those little sugar cubes. Guys, if you have any of those in your supplies, go look at them. They look like a tomato square, a little chunk of tomato. And if you have cream glue that is chocolate colored and it starts to get to where it won't come out of the tube for you, I'll show you guys what this was, all right? Hold on. Because a lot of us have this stuff in our supplies, I'm sure. So that chocolate was in one of these little tubes, all right? It's just simulated cream, and I couldn't get it to come out of this tube. It was too dry. It was old, and so rather than throwing it away, I thought I could make it into cookie crumbles. But then this morning, looking at it, I was like, oh my gosh, that looks just like taco meat. So there's another little idea for you guys. All right, I do have one more thing to finish up with you guys that has to do with Fiesta and Cinco de Mayo. So yesterday, in the other group, I did with Bright and Early and Evening Crafters. Yesterday was our Fiesta theme. And I started a cake, and I made, you guys, I was calling them a couple of times. I noticed how embarrassing. I made maracas, but you guys know I mess my words up all the time, okay? People who know me know that I this is what I do. I say things wrong. And I don't do it on purpose. I just say things wrong, you guys. It just comes out the wrong word. It's kind of funny. Anyway, life is too short to be so serious about such things, correct? So, I was calling the maracas yesterday a couple of times macarons. I could not believe it. One of the reasons was because I was talking to Denise Martins about the macarons that we had. So remember we had macaron madness one day? It was macaron Monday or whatever. And I had never really had a macaron. And so I told you guys, I bought macarons for the first time and ate one for the first time. And they were so good. And so then yesterday, I still had that little thing of macarons. And I went in the freezer, got one, put it in my mouth, and was looking at it. And it says on the front of the box, keep frozen. And so I thought, you know, well, macarons should stay frozen like an ice cream cake or something, right? So whenever I wanted one, I would go in the freezer and grab it out and pop it in my mouth and eat it. And they taste so good. And they're cold and they were yummy. They're not so hard that you can't bite down on them when they're frozen. They're just, you know, like a chilled dessert that you can eat frozen. And as I was standing there, I flipped it over for whatever reason. I was reading the history of these French macarons, and it said, when defrosted, you get a light, crispy outer shell and a soft, creamy, or, you know, a creamy inside thing. And I realized that you're supposed to thaw these things out before you eat them. And so I was telling Denise, I said, you're going to laugh at me. Here's an update on the macarons. I was eating them straight out of the freezer, and you're supposed to, thaw them out a little bit. But her and I both agreed they actually taste better if they're frozen. So if you guys go buy macarons, you might want to leave them frozen because they actually taste better frozen. Yeah, that was what we discovered. So there you have that. All right, guys. I'm going to move my little tostada. One more look. There's the tostada. Happy Cinco de Mayo, you guys. And then I'm going to grab my little cake that I made yesterday for Fiesta. So I made this little Fiesta cake yesterday. And it's just, I took 3 styrofoam 1-inch by 6-inch round, glued them together, and then I put a layer of pink tissue paper on the top of it. Then I took this leftover Easter garland, all right, and I thought, well, that looks like Fiesta. There are 2 different types of colors for Fiesta. There is the darker reds, greens, orange, purples that are dark, and then there are these lighter colors. I don't know if this one is the right color or not. I don't know, but it was showing it, and so I used it, and I wrapped it around the little cake, and this is my little Fiesta cake. The baby's asleep, so be real quiet.
I'm being quiet.
Okay, thank you. I love you.
After
I'm done with my live, will I make you brownies? Yes. I love you.
You want this?
No, I don't want that. I'm working. I love you. Silly boy. Okay, guys. I also made maracas, okay? So I just took an Easter egg. They fell on me. They're right down here. I think they fell. Yes, they did. Hopefully the bag isn't upside down. Okay, so I also had some leftover larger. These are larger. They're 2.16 inch eggs. All right, so it's a larger Easter egg. And I used them when I looked at them. I thought, well, that looks like the top of a maraca, correct? So then I put a little hole in the bottom of them, put a little dowel rod in there. And then we sat here together, and I took tissue paper and just wrapped it around it and glued it and made maracas. Inside of it, to get that noise, I put corncob bedding inside that egg, you guys, and that's how I got my maraca sounds. So yesterday I ran out of time. I needed these to dry. They weren't finished yet. Oh, and then I painted the little stick pink to match the top of it, all right? So my plan is to put a little hole in here and have these 2 little maracas standing up. I almost called them macarons again, dang it. And I'm going to poke them down inside the cake. So first thing I'm going to do is try to make the end of this more pointed. You know how we put a point on our sticks and stuff before we put them in? Thank you, Pam. It was really fun. You should do that with your granddaughter, Pam. These were fun to make, you guys, if you have little kids. Did you make your headband? No, I got that from either Maricela or Lydia. I can't remember. I think it was from Maricela at Mariposa's Creations. I buy so many headbands, you guys. I'm kind of a nut. I don't think I can get this to be in a point, you guys. That dowel rod is thick. So I'm just going to leave it, and I'm going to start with, let me think, how can I do this? I'll use my X-Acto knife. No, I'll use a paintbrush. All right, so I'm going to use a paintbrush and put that, it wasn't you? Okay, so then it was Lydia's Creations. Because you were the 2 that I buy all of my headbands from. All right, guys, we're going to put these 2 little maracas sitting up here. I even let Crimson drum with this. I should just leave it as a little drum for Crimson, but that's not what it was intended to be like. So I need to put a mark right there. And it is styrofoam underneath it. Azriel! Stop! Now you have got to stop.
Sorry.
Do not come up here and get ice and crushed ice of all things when he's asleep.
I'm sorry.
Honestly, you guys. Honestly, right? Okay. I'm also going to put some hot glue in here. So let me plug this in. I just thought about doing this with the hot glue. I'll put it on high, though, so it'll warm up really fast for us, you guys. Good thing she said I could go over just a couple of minutes, you guys. Sorry. If you guys got to go, go ahead and go. All I'm going to do is put some hot glue in these holes. And while that's heating up, I'll make the other hole. It'll only take a second. And then this will be done, you guys. All right. So late and friends. Are you saying bye? Bye. Oh, Matt. Oh, it's Brooke. Hi. Hi, Brooke. I was thinking, when I looked at that, I was thinking, I was saying Monticello. I don't know why. Leave it to me. All right, guys. I want to make sure that this is going to work. And then the other one is going to go right here. Okay. I think this is going to work and be cute. Hopefully. Please don't do that again, okay, bud?
Get milk.
You can get milk, honey, but do not use the ice machine when Crimson is right there asleep. All right? I love you. Goodbye. I love you.
It's my new habit.
I know. His new habit, you guys, is ice milk. You're fine. Go. I love you. Hi, Monica. How are you? We'll definitely go back and watch the replay. Okay, thanks, Brooke. You got to go to the bank for work. Have a nice day. You too, Jennifer. We'll see you later. Have a great day. All right, guys. So now we're just going to put this down in here. And the only thing that I have to do next is glue these in here so that they don't go nowhere. And then it's done. And we're all done. All right. So we're just going to push this down. Oh, there's a little breeze blowing. Oh, it feels so good. There. I don't even know that it'll need glued, but I'm going to glue it. And there it is, you guys. That's how I want it to look. I want it to be the two little maracas standing up on the cake. And there it is. So that is my 2 days, you guys. I've had so much fun with you guys making things that celebrate Cinco de Mayo. All right, you guys? So there is the little tostada that we did today and my little maraca cake. So happy Cinco de Mayo to all my wonderful friends that celebrate it. And I hope you all have a great day. Happy Taco Tuesday. Everybody go and get some tacos or a burrito or something. Go do something and celebrate it and have fun. Who else is here? Monica. Good. Okay. Thank you, you guys. There is no one up. I'm sure there's somebody else up, but it's not Jess with Custom Creations. She is not going to be able to come, so go check the flyer. Thank you so much, Pam. Azrael, stop doing that, honey. Thank you so much for being here with me, you guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thanks, Ginger. And thank you, Kathleen. And I will see you guys all again very soon. I will be live 2 times tomorrow, I believe. Once or twice. And then, anyway, yeah, you never know. I might come back on tonight. You just never know. All right, guys? Oh, wait, I am going to come back on. I'm going to come back on in a little bit. Actually, I could do it right now. I have a D-stash box to do from Das Craft Boutique. So I'm going to sign off of here, and then I'll come back on in a few minutes and open up my box from Marissa. All right. So if you guys want to see that, watch. I'll be right back in about 10 minutes. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.